Urgent from the heart of British politics, Reform UK unleashes an immigration tsunami, leaving Labour reeling. The political landscape across Britain has been rocked by an unprecedented and frankly audacious move from Reform UK, signalling a seismic shift in the ongoing debate over immigration. This week, the party launched a scathing and strategic attack on existing migration policies, delivering what many are calling a political nuke to both the Labour and Liberal Democrat parties. The palpable tension and rising fury emanating from Labour headquarters, particularly from leader Keir Starmer, are impossible to ignore. But why such outrage? The answer lies in a masterstroke of political strategy. Reform UK, under the shrewd leadership of Richard Tice and with the undeniable potent backing of Nigel Farage, has finally called the bluff on the well-worn mantra of Refugees Welcome. For years, a vocal segment of the left has championed open borders, often, critics argue, at the expense of local communities and public services. Now, after what many see as decades of ignored concerns from the British public, Reform UK has delivered a decisive, unvarnished response. You've sung their praises for long enough. Now, you're welcome to them yourselves. The battle escalates, from slogans to legal action on migrant housing. This isn't merely a protest, it's a meticulously crafted policy designed to hit where it hurts most. Richard Tice revealed in a blistering interview that Reform UK is now wielding its newfound legal and political power at the local level to aggressively block housing for illegal migrants in every council where they hold sway. This isn't just about refusing new placements. It's about actively working to dismantle the existing system of housing asylum seekers in hotels and other facilities within their jurisdictions. But the strategy goes even further, escalating the political stakes dramatically. Reform UK is openly threatening to offload these migrants directly into traditional Lib Dem and Green Party strongholds. The message is stark and uncompromising. If Labour, the Liberal Democrats and the Greens are so enamoured with open-door immigration policies, then they should shoulder the responsibility of housing, feeding and integrating those they champion. This puts an immense, uncomfortable spotlight on the very councils and communities that have for years advocated for these policies while often seemingly insulated from their direct impact. Lincolnshire, now firmly under Reform's influence, stands as a clear precedent. Tice confirmed that dedicated teams of lawyers are already being deployed to effectively shut down asylum hotels within their areas. When pressed on where these migrants should then go, Tice's answer was pure political dynamite, echoing the simmering resentment of many. Send them to the councils that voted for it, to the virtue signalers, the open border fanatics, the ones who spent years ignoring voters. It's a calculated move to force a direct confrontation, turning the tables on those who, in Reform's view, have preached one thing and allowed another to happen in working-class communities. This audacious strategy bears a striking resemblance to the powerful tactics employed by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who famously bussed migrants from the southern U.S. border straight to sanctuary cities run by Democrats. Now, the very same political boomerang, a tool of direct action and ideological challenge, is being hurled with precision at the British left. The traditional rules of engagement in this debate have fundamentally changed. Labour's deafening silence and the Tories' 14 years of failure. The reaction from Labour has been one of deafening, almost panicked silence. They know they've been caught in a trap of their own making. For years, they've been accused of ignoring the legitimate concerns of working-class communities, allowing asylum seekers to be placed in towns that never voted for such policies, and often dismissing anyone who dared to speak up as bigoted or xenophobic. Now the initiative has shifted, and they are struggling to find a coherent response that doesn't alienate either their traditional base or their progressive wing. Adding salt to Labour's wounds, Tice didn't shy away from exposing the Conservative Party's abject failure to control immigration over their 14 years in office. He posed the pointed question, why didn't they do this when they were in power? The implication is clear and damning. The Tories, despite their tough talk on borders, never truly wanted to halt the flow, leaving the borders wide open for reasons Reform UK and many in the public simply don't trust. Reform isn't buying the Tory spin, and increasingly neither is the British public, disillusioned by years of unfulfilled promises. This stark contrast between words and action from both Labour and the Tories is precisely why Reform UK is experiencing a meteoric rise in the polls. Voters across the country are defecting in droves, not to Labour, not to the Lib Dems, but directly to what is fast becoming known as Farajs Rebellion. This isn't just a shift in voting patterns, it's a full-scale revolt. And by all accounts, it's only just getting started. Uncompromising demands, no more compromises, no more virtue signalling. Tice laid out Reform UK's core demands with an uncompromising clarity that cuts through traditional political rhetoric. Scrap the Human Rights Act, a radical proposal aimed at removing what they see as legal impediments to robust immigration enforcement. Leave the European Convention on Human Rights, ECHR, another foundational legal framework that Reform believes prevents the UK from fully controlling its borders. Process illegals fast and remove them. A demand for rapid deportation rather than lengthy legal battles and prolonged stays. Use tents instead of four-star hotels, a direct challenge to the perceived luxury of asylum accommodation, with Tice asserting, if it's good enough for the British Army, it's good enough for those who break into the country. And behind this aggressive, direct approach stands Nigel Farage, the quiet architect and undeniable powerhouse of this burgeoning movement. While not formally announced as leader, his strategic influence is palpable. He is rallying disenchanted voters, guiding the party's bold policy positions, and preparing for what many believe will be a political earthquake at the next general election. This is a direct assault on the cherished, sacred cow of open borders ideology, forcing the left to finally confront the real-world consequences of their long-held beliefs. Reform UK's strategy ensures that if the Greens and the Lib Dems genuinely desire mass migration, then it is they who will be forced to house, feed, and protect the very people they claim to champion, rather than simply virtue signalling from behind the gates of their often affluent communities. No more dumping migrants into Conservative towns while Labour and Lib Dem politicians remain unaffected. This is a reckoning, a demand for accountability that is shaking Westminster to its foundations. The twist, legal battles and fear in Westminster, as if the direct political and social confrontation wasn't enough. Reform UK is taking the fight directly to the courts. Tice revealed that they have already initiated legal action to block the Home Office from placing migrants in Reform-controlled areas. The message is unequivocal. Reform will not comply with directives they deem detrimental to their communities. If Starmer and Davey, leader of the Liberal Democrats, believe they can continue to ignore the will of the voters, they are in for a rude awakening. And here's the most intriguing twist of all. As the reform tide undeniably rises, a creeping panic is spreading through Westminster. Tice was directly asked about conversations with influential Conservative figures like Jacob Rees-Mogg. He didn't confirm anything, but significantly, he didn't deny it either. The scent of fear is thick in the air. MPs eyeing the collapsing poll numbers for both Labour and the Conservatives, are starting to wonder if it's time to abandon ship. Nigel Farage hasn't even formally announced his full return to frontline politics, yet reform is already fundamentally reshaping British politics in real time. This was today's pivotal update. We want to be absolutely clear that our reports are based on verified information and do not contain any form of misinformation. Our singular objective is to deliver accurate, impactful news to you, the British public.